Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Loyola Vernas, BS Screen 3 Black B. So today, I will discuss a lot of things about fire and heat transfer. So first, I will discuss what are the factors that affects the spread of fire. They are the three factors that affect the spread of fire. These are fuel, weather, and topography. Fuel, fuel any compound which has stored energy, and there are three kinds of fuel. These are solid, liquid, and gas. And weather there are three kinds of weather. These are wind, temperature, humidity. Wind is a fire spread factors in the direction the wind in boiling. Temperature, fire spread factors at higher temperature. Humidity, high humidity and precipitation can slow or stop fire spread. And lastly is a topography. Topography there are three kinds of topography, and they are orientation, slope, and barriers. Orientation from the sun affects energy received, and slope, fire spread faster uphill. And lastly is a barrier. Barriers, fire spread can be impeded by barriers like water and roads. And second is what is spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion or spontaneous ignition is a type of combustion which occurs by self-heating, increase in temperature due exothermic internal reaction followed by thermal energy a runaway self-heating which rapidly accumulates to high temperature and finally auto ignition. And third, what is flashover, backdraft, bite-back, flash fire, and heat and temperature? Flashover is the near simultaneous ignition of most of the directly exposed combustible material in an enclosed area. When certain organic materials are heated, they undergo terminal decomposition and release the flammable gases. Second, backdraft is caused by the sudden introduction air into a fire that has depleted most of the available oxygen in a room or building. When a fire has depleted most of its oxygen, the flames will die down, but the fuel will still burn in a smoldering state and still generate heat like Carol. Third, bite back is a fatal condition that takes place when the fire resists instrument operation and becomes stronger and bigger instead. Fourth is a flash fire is a sudden instant fire caused by ignition of a mixture of air and spared flammable substance such as solid, flammable, or combustible liquid or flammable gases. And it is also characterized high temperature, short duration, and rapidly moving flammable front. And lastly is a difference between heat and temperature. So heat is an object of the aggregate energy for all molecular movement inside the object, a form of energy that transmitted from one object or source to another due to the difference in their temperature. It moves from a hotter object to a cooler one. And the temperature is defined as the average kinetic energy for all molecules together, average energy of all the particles in an object. As an average measurement, the temperature of substance does not really in the size, number of the particles and types. It identifies how hot or cold an object is in degree. It also measures the speed of atoms and molecules of the substance. So, let's proceed for the number 2. Number 4, sorry. Let's proceed for the number 4. To heat transfer. They are conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction is a heat transfer between molecules which are in direct contact with each other without the movement of particles. So, these are the examples of conduction. They are a candle and a metallic spoon. If I put this spoon in the top of the candles, so the outcomes will be the spoon will heat up, and also I feel the heat directly into my hands. It's because of the conduction energy from the flame that causing the molecules within a spoon to vibrate. That's why dili lang ang spoon ang maka-feel og init, kundi apil ang ako kung kamot. Ano siya, dili lang ang spoon ang maka-feel, apil po daw ang kamot. So muna siya ang conduction, muna siya ng conduction. And the second is convection. Convection, the transfer of heat that takes place due to the movement of particles from one place to another is convection. So, ang yang example dani sa convection is ang boiling of water, posporo, o coffee, o mag. So, ang boiling of water, kana bitong yang aso, pero po na siya. Ang kanilang coffee and mag is, once nga magkapi ka, if ikaw magkapi, di ba na siya aso nga mo paibabaw. Muna siya ang convection. For example, dani sa posporo. Hangin. Ang iyang aso is muna siya. Ang iyang aso is nagpaibabaw. Nag-spread siya pa ibabaw. So, and the lastly is radiation. Radiation is when the heat is transferred through a medium or vacuum wherein space in between is not heated up. So, ang radiation lang daw is, ang radiation pod is kanang once nga mugawas ka sa inyong balay, if og makafeel kag init sa imong lawas, muna siya ang heat gikan sa adlaw nga maka dapat sa imuhang panit nganong makaingon kang init ang imuhang panit, munang radiation. Og always remember that radiation is different from conduction and convection. It's because the radiation daw is dili siya mag-base sa medium, unlike daning duwa which is conduction and convection. So that's all for today, and thank you.